talking money, and I don't want to talk.
Still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Then I'm still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Then I'm still gon' stunt. Diamonds look like they glowing. 50 stacks all singles, I make it look like it's snowing. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slam. Treat them like jack boys, catch them slipping and slam.
Welcome back. I had to deal with some issues earlier, so I had to end the live like 4 hours ago. We're going to continue with the Sambo live. And to Mella, I just want to make something perfectly clear. How I felt is how I felt, but I should have kept that under wraps. Not under wraps, but I should have kept that under control. So my apologies if I went a little bit overboard. But my stance is my stance. And if you want change, you're going to be waiting years for it. Because if we've waited this long for some type of solution, some type of alternative peace in this country, when it comes to black folk coming to that type of thing that you want, and that is for people to stop saying the N-word, well, you're going to be waiting a very, very long time. You're going to be waiting a very, very long time. And for you to think that it's going to come out of me, you are sadly mistaken. It's like I said, I went a little bit overboard, so I owe you an apology. My emotions was clearly based on people just kowtowing and tattletaling and kissing the asses of white feet when you know damn well that it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what time or date or place it is. I don't care if it's 2030. White folks still ain't gonna respect you. At least the ones in power. The ones down below, because there's only two classes. They are working on two classes, not three, but two. At one point, you thought, well, there's a upper class, a middle class, and a lower class. The lower class is the lowest of the low, going from paycheck to paycheck, or just flat out poor, right? That's what you thought. There's that middle class that, you know, we're making money, but we're paying taxes. The upper class pays one type of tax, and that's it. That's it. They get to live luxury. That's why I like going. You know what? I like torturing myself. You know what I do? I go downtown, or all the way down to Henderson, right? Because I live in Las Vegas. From Las Vegas to Henderson, that's a 35 minute drive. And because I like driving fast, over there are the big mansions, right? Big mansions, like big, nice little Aurorian blue mansions. I think they're calling Aurorian blue, but they're calling Aurorian blue because that's the company that builds those properties over there, and those properties over there are gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Gated community, mind you. You ain't getting in there unless invited in. Unless you're invited in, or you're escorting somebody to their facility. And I've been there plenty of times when I was Ubering. Plenty of times. All those times, all those gated communities over there, and even on the east, on the southwest side of town, those gated communities, all those properties are beautiful. Some of them are old, some of them are new craft. All of those properties, all those people who own those properties, guess what ethnicity they are? I'll let you pick. No? You don't know? I'll tell you. Most of those people are white. Most of those people are white, Asian, and there are only one or few black people. One or few. But you got the majority of Asians, and you got the majority of whites living in those areas, whether it be on the south side of town or all the way down in Henderson, which is on the east. On the west side, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. They're all white, and there are nice houses. Like they run from 1 million to 32 million. You ain't getting in that property unless invited in. I used to drop people off, and security be looking at security. They be doing their thing. I'm not saying security be like over zealous with it. I'm saying it's like they got to do their job. And it's like, who are you picking up? Who are you dropping off? I always get that look. Sometimes, not all the time. But luckily, if I didn't have the car that I did, which is a Chrysler, I had two Chryslers. I had a black Chrysler, not a gray one. If I didn't have the car that I did, do you think they would let me in? Hell no. Yeah, that's why you had to keep your car clean. But that's beside the point. The point is, you have you have the upper class, who are looking down at the lower class and just feeding off of them. There was one point in time where we were the upper class, but each time we build, we strive, we thrive, it always gets interrupted. Gets just burned to the ground like a crisp. And so the only way, and I don't know why people don't get this, the only way to survive is to separate. But you got to vote, and you got to vote properly. There was once upon a time that we couldn't even talk. There was once upon a time, talk without permission. There was a once upon a time where things weren't so noble. But you expect me to have a smile on my face and me to put on a dark suit with a white shirt and a bow tie. You want me to do my hair so nice, get a nice little shave and everything. And you want me to acquiesce to these people. I'd rather commit suicide. Because enough is enough. That's the thing you should be asking yourself. When is enough enough? All because of a word? All because of a word you want us to stop using. That makes no sense. That's why I ask white people, it's like, you gave us the word. Now you wanna take it back. And then black folks, these black conservatives, and that's what Mel is. She's a conservative, but I understand. I understand. You want us to stop using it. I'm telling you, no one uses it anymore. It's hardly being used, and it doesn't even affect me none. But it will affect the child because the child doesn't know. A child that is 5, 6, 7 years old is going to look at you crazy. But if he says cracker one time, he's in trouble. You know, Chicago news, Atlanta news, LA news, be all over that. Channel 10, Channel 1, Channel 12. If we were in position and that the roles were reversed, you wouldn't be saying that. You wouldn't be saying that at all. But I'm going based on reality. You want to stop this? I want to stop it too. But it's going to take separation. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take building. It's going to take the trust of our women again. And it's going to take the trust of those who are in leadership. You got people online fighting about leadership. I'm the leader, you're the leader, he's the leader, she's the leader, blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? Who's leading? We can't even do that right. But you want me to acquiesce to these bums. And I'm telling you this so you'll know once and for all. They can take your land, but they have to take it by force. That's my point. So I forgot what the word was. Opposite domain of some shit or whatever. Eric and Mel were saying. Yeah, it's a domain to me because I own the land. If I just own the property, then okay, I have no say. But if I own the land as well as the property, I have every God-given right to protect what's mine. And what will make it work even better if I have people who are like-minded, who are business-minded and wise and like-minded like myself, and they have the same businesses around me or different businesses or whatever. See, I have a coffee shop, you have a barber shop, you have a candy store. The Mrs. has a candy store. Um, Mrs. Ellis has a grocery store. If we're business minded, sound minded, and we have the law by our side, but that money, it's the money. Well, she was not getting it. It's the money that makes it worth it. But it has to be, it has to translate 8 to 12 times. Asians do it, whites do it, Mexicans do it. And it does not leave your hands until things are developed to a way that no one can take anything away from you. And on top of that, you must have legal representation. You must have legal representation. Hell, if by the time you get the money that you need, you can buy media, you can buy police, but you have to make it work. Building institutions for yourself is the only way to your freedom. And on top of that, like I said, uh, someone made an outstanding point. I think it was Brandon. It was Brandon from Pan African Strikes Back. If we have um, if we work with each other, excuse me, if we work with each other infinitely, expeditiously, and within 20 years, we can have our own Dubai. If anybody's been to Dubai, which I know none of you people have been to Dubai, none of you have been to Dubai, we can have it all. We will never see it in our lifetime, but our children and our children's children's children will have seen it if we learn how to build it. But we gotta, if we're not owners, we're conservatives. But we have to be conservatives for our people and our people only. No more infiltration. No more infiltration. Without further ado, see what these brats have to say. I'm just going selective order. Oh, they're talking
Know
about
better,
RG.
because if you had a black woman in your life that you actually respected, you'd already know how that's gonna come off.
He
Right?
got a black
You
mother.
understand? He apparently don't give a fuck.
I'm saying, yo, when he got on the NFL is white.
He got a black mother. He got a black mother. I have a black father and a black mother. But if I go out with a white woman, they gonna look at me cross-eyed. I thank God for my mama. I really do. I do thank God for my mother. You know why? Because she would never have me bring home stringy hair, blue eyed, pale face, flat back, cave ass home. Period. My grandmother had a saying: if she can't use your comb, don't bring her ass home.
White owned. It's her.
Some of these people on this here board don't get that concept at all.
You know how crazy white men. How crazy?
What does that have to do with your spouse?
Yeah,
What does your
one
job
mic,
have to do with your
looking here,
spouse?
One mic.
What I'm saying to you is he's been equally critical. It seems to me like there's balance. He was equally critical of all of the white men who passed on Shador Sanders. He was no less critical of them. It's not a black thing or a white
That's a
thing.
man. We're not talking about the way he talks about black men.
It's
Right.
triggering for some black men to hear a black man and a white wife talk about a black woman.
A lot of the men who are extremely critical of black women are extremely cheerful and boastful for black men. They've drawn that line in the sand and even started to say things like "we are a separate community." That's a real thing. I don't know if you've seen it on the internet, but it's a real thing.
I just want to hold on, y'all.
Go wrong, dog.
Hold on, so I can play Ryan Clark's part of it. There we go.
I hate the fact that they're always pinned against one another. RG3 called what Angel Reese did hate. He said you could see the hate on her face for Caitlin Clark. I'm not really sure when we moved in to being able to read the expressions of a person and know their intent, know their character, know their perspective. But he does understand hate because I think he also understands the hate of self. When you look at the play, which is all we can speak to as professionals, all we can speak to as analysts, Angel Reese pushed one of her teammates. Caitlin Clark had a hard foul, which is part of basketball. I feel like it was assessed correctly. And Angel Reese's reaction is the sort of reaction you get in a situation when you feel like you took an intentionally hard foul. That's competitive. That's rivalry. That's not hate. And so now three angry train, and now follows along with what we saw from Keith Olbermann, what we saw from Dave Portnoy, as they pour on to Angel Reese to make her the villain in Caitlin Clark heroic hero story. Right. One thing to know about RG3 is he's not in conversation as women and athletes like Angel Reese had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise, ascension into stardom. No, when you look at it, I think Angel Wilson is the face of the league, is the part, most important player in the WNBA. And a ton of her fandom has come along with some racial bias or some racial pieces to why people love her so much. And so now if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she women? You haven't had opportunities to have those conversations, educate you on what they're feeling, what black women deal with, what they're seeing when they think of a young Angel Reese. And the whole time that he mimics rubbing his head and moving his neck while he's doing this whole piece, his wife is in the back amening and clapping. And so to me, it's just another situation that now this young man has to deal with. When I worked with RG3, he would make all of these corny jokes about milk and how much he loved it and how important it was. And he always points out on social media the color of his wife's skin, as if the color of her skin is what makes her special, as if the color of her skin is what makes her a good wife. I've met the lady, I've had a conversation with her. Right. I think she's more than that. But it also leads to what black women deal with a lot from black men who have chose to date or marry outside of their race. They always feel like they have to go the extra mile to prop up the woman that they're married or the woman that they're over black women by denigrating black. I feel like we're not moving past that and understand that Angel Reese can be great in her own right, as Caitlin Clark is as well. Caitlin Clark is a likable and lovable superstar. She pays homage to stars of the that have come for her, and now she is carrying the mantle forward. So there's no need to pin those two against each other and paint them based on stereotypical tropes. And I think this is what I like RG3 to know, that no matter how much he continues to echo the microaggressions of racist, he'll be no less black than me.
Bravo. Bravo, listo. Bravo. Watch these dumb niggas.
Y'all heard him, right?
Yeah.
You don't think that was overblown? That whole diatribe, that monologue he delivered.
Yep. Corey, he's dumb.
You don't think that's totally overblown?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's right.
He was being petty, man. He was being petty because
Hank, you're dumb.
The fact that he brought up the man on his second marriage, what the fuck has that got to do with this?
Everything. Every motherfucking thing. And if you don't see that, I don't even know what to tell you, bro. That's what's wrong with some country niggas.
Whole situation.
It's also the fact that his first wife was white and so was his second.
Okay, that's fine. We established he likes the beautiful white snow bunny, the titty pinks. Who gives a fuck? But why he got to bring it up and talk about? It's.
I wish I had the music queued up for Hank. I'm gonna have the music queued up for you, Hank.
Hey, well, if everybody gonna be quiet, can I chime in real quick?
He was acting like a little bitch boy, and he was being petty, man. And again, I think.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, hold tight.
I got it. I got
talking.
Right,
I think I couldn't hear Corey. And yeah. Go ahead,
Hank, I want to know from the guys who think that was acceptable. Like, why do they think that it was okay to bring up both of his marriages?
I don't think he was.
No, from the guys who think it's acceptable
because he's just showing his affinity for white women. He don't date black women. You know what I'm saying? That's why I thought it was fun. I thought it was dead set on.
Nothing.
And the other, so I also think it was important and relevant because a lot of times when we have these conversations, we act as if they're happening in the vacuum. Like there isn't a Carmelo and Buddy They Got Killed situation going on, and there isn't all of these other racially split topics across America. Like we outside of this incident, we all get along and work together. Like it's just not a whole history leading up to this, and pretending like we don't have this going on. So this conversation ain't happening in the vacuum. Everything he said was relevant, and if somebody like RG3 who make those milk comments, I didn't even hear Buddy commentary because I wasn't really aware of either part of this scenario. My sentiment was similar to his sentiment without hearing it, so I can't be tweaking if he's thinking the same thing. And the reason it was valid for him to bring up the white wife was a lot of times back to the point about those men juxtapose how white women are so great as opposed to black women. If they were so great, then you would have stayed married to the first one. But since something went wrong with that one, that pokes holes in the argument that white women are so great because you had to get another one. So obviously they're not just all blanket great. Something happened in the first relationship with the white woman, and it wasn't a black woman that you had to leave. You left the white woman, and then you went and got another white woman, which is his prerogative. He do what he gonna do. But it's relevant when you saying, I have an affinity for white women. In a racial climate in America, I choose the side of the white people, and I'm antagonizing this black woman. It's completely relevant.
Marcus, how many black women have you been with?
White women, black women's mindset is not that much difference.
But
there's not that much difference between white women's mindset and black women's mindset.
Not in today's society. I agree with you.
I've been with different black women, right? I'm not with the first black woman that I've stuck my thing inside of, right? So what's the logic behind like, if white women were so great, you would stay with the first one you ever touched?
That's the easiest logical fallacy to highlight that's been made today. It's called a hasty generalization. To say that, if white women were so good, you would have stayed with your first one is the most illogical thing that we've had said tonight. Because like you just pointed out, Lamar, just because the first...
Kenny, I would like to make a proposition. That's if I was on there, I would say, Kenny, I like to make a proposition with you. And I would like to make a proposition with Law and M. White. Hank, not so much. Sorry, Hank. For those of you who love and cherish black women, I would suggest we move forward with this and buy our own island and separate from these new niggas. That's what I would have said. I want to separate from these new niggas. These new niggas. What's wrong with white? You're basically asking, what's wrong with white people? White women haven't done anything to me. It always comes up. It doesn't matter how you say it. It doesn't matter how logical you are. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It always comes back based on that premise. White women are at the top and black women are subpar at the bottom. It's always been like that. And I would only make a suggestion to say this. Okay, if you believe in that, fine. Let's separate. Let's just separate. You go with your white, you go with your snow bunnies, and I'm gonna stay over here. Kenny's gonna stay over here. And Law, he's gonna stay over here. And White, he gonna stay over here with us. So we can make a better future with our women, the original blacks. The original blacks. The original blacks versus these new niggas. I cannot stand that shit. But people are entitled to their own opinion nowadays, I guess.
Black girl you got with is not who you with now. Doesn't mean black women are bad or any less. Like, and that's not something that anyone wants to sit here and say now. And to say that it's okay to bring up his wife or his failed marriage because he's critiquing a black woman is just black men doing the same thing that black women do. Because it has nothing to do with the fact of what he was talking about. He didn't say that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark because he loves his wife so much. He said it because of how he felt his opinion of it. And we seem to be up here now acting as if our opinions are facts and not just opinions. Because nothing that you're saying up here has been, excuse me, Corey, with the exception of what you've said, because you've actually been reading the comments. Nothing that anyone has said or added to the conversation has been anything more than conjecture and speculation at best.
And that's absolutely your opinion, right? You know what I'm saying? Just like
more
he got it. You dig what I'm saying? So by the way that you have your opinion on the subject, so we have ours. And I completely agree with Ryan Clark. I thought he was 100% accurate in his assessment of the situation, and I thought it was beautifully put. I'm not into all that well, you saying like a woman, bro, whatever. It's black or nothing for me. You dig what I'm saying? And that's something that
Can we tell the truth? Tell the truth. Can we tell the honest to God truth? I wish I had one of them soundboards. I'm gonna get a soundboard. Tell the truth. Tell it.
I push. That's something I believe in. Niggas can either get with it or not.
It seems like being black or nothing.
My opinion is very similar to Ryan Clark's.
It seems like being black or nothing for a lot of black men has us being victims all the time, and like we're always.
I mean, that's draining. Like, I mean, I don't. That's called moving the goalposts because that didn't even make sense. And
it makes sense to everyone with common sense. It does. Because again,
I don't get them with common sense.
You can't say that you're like, oh, black is everything. Like if you're saying, well, if it's black or nothing, then cool, say that. But you don't always have to be a victim or take issue with something when a black woman. Where was the victimhood?
He victimized Caitlin Clark.
Who victimized? I said.
Do you have
what was? Remember what I said when I first got on here.
Hold on, one mic.
I stated, I said nothing about no victim, nothing. The first thing that I said was what? This is sports. Why did he, RG3, make it a hate thing when it's simply about two competitors competing? Right? I'm referring. Hold on. No. One mic.
He victimized Angel Reese in his speech. If you listen to it, he victimized Angel Reese. It was a basketball play.
In a rebuttal to an idiot.
He turned it into something racial, and it was not.
In a rebuttal to an idiot. He spoke about it as a rebuttal to RG3.
So what about everything else he said about white women being propped up and black women being forgotten? What about that part? It has nothing to do with.
So you mean to tell me that she?
Angel Reese has been demonized ever since they got out of college. Ever since she won the tournament, I think she played for LSU, and the Cupcake Cave woman, Clark something chick. I forgot what college she played in, but ever since she won that tournament, it's been they've been rivals. They have been rivals for each other. But and of course she's been getting the short end of the stick, but people look at her and try to baby her and say she's the great white hope. Stephen A. Smith, kowtowing to the bullshit. She is the great white hope that can make the WNBA money. And you're sitting there and you're beating her up, and she's not first team All American in the USA Olympics. That's why I stopped watching sports. Some sports. I'll still watch I'll still watch MMA. Um, I go to K1 sometimes. I watch some sports that make sense to me. I'm getting sick and tired of basketball. I'm getting sick and tired of football. Nah, not too much because I love a football game. Um, I was born into it, but this shit makes your head spin. I'm thinking about just transferring to soccer. At least you have a diverse of soccer teams. You have a diverse of soccer teams, and they play for one goal and one goal only to win. It's too much politics. It's too much politics in basketball and football, and even in baseball sometimes. Not too much, but that's just two of the main sports. It's just like it's ridiculous. And for you to treat this white woman like such a prize, it's just crazy to me, bro. It's just crazy. You think this one little cupcake ass white woman is gonna continuously put butts in seats, and they're gonna have no choice but to up the ante and give these WNBA players a raise. I don't even know who makes above $1 million. I don't even know. I don't even think Angel Reese or who won the last I don't even know who won the last tournament. I know who won the last two tournaments. We won the last two tournaments, baby. Las Vegas Angels. We won the last two tournaments, baby. All right? And I don't think them people make above $1 million. I don't know. But some of these dudes just need to wake up. They really need to wake up. What does it have to do? He talked about RG3 or Ryan Clark talked about RG3's white wife. He was critiquing. He didn't say anything derogatory towards her, but the motherfucker was sitting there just bobbing her head. That's called whitewashing. Do you not understand it? Do you not get the concept? Everything doesn't always have to mince in words. Just look at it with your fucking eyes. Open up your eyes. Open up your brain, mother. God dang, man. Leave these lonely new niggas alone, man. Just leave them alone. They don't benefit from it. Some of them do when they talk about certain things. But to excuse and to kiss the white ass, I don't agree with that.
Right? Rebounder. She always gonna be the bad guy.
Hey, me and White. I forgot to first your first name, boss. But you asked me, do I have a white wife? Hell no. I've never dated one, haven't slept with one. I think I'm probably one of the few men on here that can say that. The second thing is you brought up something about being in the vacuum, right? Saying like we got the Carmelo Anthony thing going down, all this other stuff, right? But you know what else is in that same vacuum? Angel Reese's history with Caitlin Clark. Her history of how she's interacting with other stars. She's not just having these types of flare-ups. When bro said that Angel Reese is a female Draymond Green, that was probably the most accurate characterization of that girl that I've heard outside of ESPN commentary. So I agree with you 100% that you say we've got all these other things going on, but the more relevant things that have happened are the things that have happened that transpired between these two people. If me and you were both playing basketball, right, we meet at the same rec every weekend. We play games, and we get into it 4 or 5 games in a row.
Man, where Ticket at? Shouts out to Ticket TV, man. Sometimes he be getting off track sometimes, but shouts out to my nigga Ticket, man. Where's Ticket TV been? I haven't seen Ticket TV in a minute. I gotta check him out, see how he doing.
On week 6, a dude looking at us is gonna be like, damn, they really don't like each other because we almost fighting every weekend. It's like that. She had the situation where they in 2022 when they beat them in the national championship. When she was at LSU, and then the following year they lost. Right, Caitlin Clark got her back. So they've been rivals since before they came into the WNBA. Someone being your rival, it's not far-fetched to think that you hate your rival. It's not. I mean,
well, I play basketball, and you might have a rivalry on the court. As soon as you get off the court, that shit might go away. So I wouldn't go as far
Yeah,
to
but
say,
there's plenty of players who hate people till this day.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Isaiah Thomas and
Michael
Jordan hate each other.
Yeah, well, we won't have to hark back on that any further. You know, if you want to keep, I can say if you want to keep it on basketball, keep it. If you want to keep it on sports, period, keep it on sports. But don't put any racial epithets in there. Just don't, because somewhere around the corner, damn, what the hell's going on? Somewhere around the corner, you gonna feel that pain. You gonna feel that freaking pain. What's the next one? Let me see here.
He mentioned that we defended him when Rob Parker did that because us as black men, when we played the sport, there wasn't a lot of brothers that were quarterback. And if they were quarterback, it was college. You weren't really getting no shot at much. And then over the years, it's like Rob Parker was right.
I remember that year. I think it was like 2012 or something like that. And Rob Parker called RG3 a cornball when he was still playing professional football because of his belief. Well, hey, I'll remember that day. Let me see if I can find that clip.
Like, what does he do for the brothers or the sisters? Like, what does he speak up for?
Nothing.
And then he brings in another sister to try to tear down another black woman. It's crazy to me.
Ooh.
And those had nothing to do with anything, but it's okay for her to showboat and do what she does. But then when it comes to us, we can't fight back or we can't say nothing. Angel Reese didn't do anything wrong, but he's making it like she's the person who's starting this or got some underlying beef. They ain't got no beef. They only played each other like every other time, but other than that, they play two different positions. How do you compare two different positions and two different skill sets? They're non-comparable, but we in our mind are trying to keep making it Angel versus Caitlin, but they really want to make it Caitlin versus Asia. Don't worry, that's going to come up this season. Watch when that happens. That's going to be a huge dumpster fire. So that's what they're trying to do, and they scheduled this thing 5 times. It's despicable when you have people who we see as journalists or as writers. They're feeding into this narrative, and they're all rooting for Caitlin Clark. Look at the questions that's being asked to each player in post-game or even before the game. They're not even answering Caitlin Clark. They're not asking her none of the egregious questions they're asking Angel. They're asking Angel, oh, well, how did you feel about this thing with with Caitlin? And then when they ask Caitlin, oh, Caitlin, is this a rivalry? Now, last year she said, oh, this ain't a rivalry. This is what y'all want. Now she's feeding into it this year because she's a con artist. She's been a con artist since she's been in Little League. That's just what she is. And until people start calling her out on her mess, this thing is going to continue happening for weeks to come and years to come. Yep. And it's unfair.
Yep.
Prince, go ahead, man.
Look, man, Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen. 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 I'm about to tell y'all. I'm about to show y'all why I'm the needle mover. Listen, man. This is another case of ignorance to being black again. First of all, RG3 is so removed from the black community, he doesn't even realize you're telling a black woman she hates a white woman while your white wife sits behind you drinking coffee or tea. How far removed do you have to be from the black community to not even realize how disrespectful and inappropriate that is? And if you actually care the black community and you actually wanted to make that statement, knowing it was related to race baiting, if she really respected you, other side of the family, that she got out of this video. And she sits with you because I've watched videos, doesn't understand black culture, and you are so far removed from it, you don't understand black culture anymore. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you ever did. I don't think you ever understood black culture is. I understood the roots. Because let me revisit RG3's past for y'all right quick. Look, let's not forget, RG3 is the same black quarterback. We the ones put him in position to be the starting quarterback for the old Washington team. And we won't mention their name. We're the ones who went to bat for him. We're the ones who put up polls for him. We the ones that told them they were running a slave plantation and we were fighting for him. He was the one crying, sending emails back to Baylor for them to put up all of these polls and put up all of these things to write the NFL, right Roger Goodell, he wouldn't go get a fair shake as a black quarterback being a high pick, being a Heisman. We're the ones who stood up for him when white analysts on TV was saying he should be a wide receiver or he should go to the punt return because he can run a 4.2 and a 40. We were the ones putting our face on TV screen when he was hiding behind us, begging for us to take up for him because he was too weak to take up for his own self because he.
What did he say? What did he say that was derogatory towards RG3's wife? What did he say? Other than telling the honest to God truth, what did he say that was derogatory? Now, I would have went after his wife too. You know me.
Actually didn't know how to talk in public. Let's not remember RG3. We heard your Heisman speech. You don't know how to say the word duck correctly. You see, you so far removed, you're forgetting where you came from. You're disassociated so far from the black community. You are disrespecting all your ancestors, all those people who put you in place to be where you are, your mother, your father, your is. Let's revisit RG3's social media past. RG3 is the one who told us that who ran from who told us that Jackie Robinson going out there as the first black batter for the Los Angeles Dodgers was in a political movement while they was out there calling him the N-word, while they was trashing him, while they was throwing bananas at his bus, while they made him sleep in the back bathroom at the hotel when he was the best player on the, when they had big players who wouldn't get in the game, get better on them, when he was making a list.
Negro, he the one that put his wife in it. He's the one that put his wife in it. His wife is sitting in the background. What the fuck we need to look at her punk? What we need to see? What we need to do to sit there and look at her little pink ass for? What's the purpose? What's the purpose of those? I forgot what they were. I got one of these things myself. What you call these things? Pop-ups or whatever. What is the reason why he has the Pokemons and the Dragon Ball Z's up there? Those are trophies to him, right? Why is she sitting there? That's his trophy. But he's sending a message, and he's sending the wrong type of message. If you feel this way, then obviously, and on top of that, it's fine. It's just great. I mean, it's your life. But don't sit there kowtow to her, kiss her ass, and at the same time talk down to Angel Reese and doing all this motion and shit like that. You will never catch another black man doing that. You will never catch another black man having a white woman on his lip, kissing her ass while he's critiquing and trying to embarrass Angel Reese or any other black woman. You forget a long time ago. This is not his first go around. This is not his first go around at all. Oh, I don't understand. He doesn't speak. I'm just gonna say this. He doesn't speak for us. Period. He does not speak for us. He's been a cornball ever since 2012. Point blank. Period. End of discussion. Ryan Clark has a white baby. I looked at that baby. That baby ain't fucking white. Or his wife. His wife ain't white. He doesn't need to be talking. Let me look at some. That lady is not white at all. Let me continue with this.
Money on the team when he took the hits, so you could go play football. How disrespectful can you be? How disrespectful can you be? And let's not forget RG3, you're cooning for them, but let's remember Jason Kelsey came off of his couch playing for the Philadelphia Eagles to take your spot on ESPN when they got you up out of there doing halftime, when you came with Rachel Slurs and they told you not on their airways, when that white man told you no, you the one who came on Twitter begging for us to plead to put a pose again for you like you did when you was the quarterback of the Redskins. And let's not forget, you spoke on Caleb Williams last year, and Kurt Warner came out and checked you, and you had no rebuttal. You came out and apologized to the white man, but now you want to come up here and say Angel Reese, who has no background with any criminal history, no background with negligence, been a team player, been a leader. Blacks, whites, agents have all spoke highly of her. Head coaches who she's beaten have spoke highly of her, how she's a team leader. See, this is what I'm talking about with our community. We're ready to cape for somebody else, but won't take up for our own. You got mixed daughters, and trust me, RG3, I'm gonna leave it right here. One of these days, you're gonna be looking for us to take up for you again when she at school and they don't want to give her that scholarship. When you try to get her into that school and your money and everything, because at some point your black money won't be everything.
What are y'all talking about, bruh? That girl is blacker than, not blackly black, but she's black. What are y'all talking about? I just look at the picture. She's damn near grown. If that's what y'all talking about, she is damn near grown. The light-skinned chick, let me not say chick, because she might be still, let's just say the teenager. Are you talking about the teenager? Because I just looked at the picture, bro. She is not. She might have white features. Because two black people. Hold on. Let me look again. Let me see. That lady is not white. She might have a white parent, but that lady is not white. Yeah, y'all must have had y'all little your shit mixed up, but I digress. Bottom line is that nigga cannot speak up for us at all.
Heritage, your mama and your sister, they will see her and your daughter, and your wife won't be able to do a damn thing about it.
Well, even if she was white, and he ended up flipping it right back and getting a black woman, he did the right thing. RG3, he don't even think about black women at all. Then he went to Baylor, right? Ain't Baylor an all-white school? Come on now. No. He's out. He's out. He's out. If you tweet this much that you love, if you want steam espresso or white milk in your espresso, I think that's one of the tweets. I like milk in my espresso or some dumb shit. This nigga's a cornball, yo. Rob Parker for president.
Man, you gotta leave some meat on the bone for us, bro.
Man, all I can add to that is I watched this clip, I watched like 75% of it, and he said, I was watching the game, and we seen this incident happen, and my wife said, look, Angel pushed Aaliyah Boston first. It's Angel's fault. My wife pointed it out because I missed it. My wife made me come back and see it. That's what he said. It was my wife that pointed out that Angel started this. And that was enough for me, bro. I couldn't watch no more. I couldn't watch no more.
She put him up to this.
Yeah, she got her hand. He a puppet. She got her hand right up in there.
He's a clown. This is why I never liked this guy. Injuries ain't never did nothing to Caitlin Clark, bro. Ain't nothing to threaten her life. She ain't never did nothing to nobody. But play basketball. Oh, nobody got a problem. Here's the crazy thing about it. The good stuff she's doing for the game. Nobody got a problem with her. We got a problem with the double standards, man. We have a problem with the double standards. The way y'all cover her, thing that matters. That's what we got a problem. How you think those players feel? Y'all keep shitting on them all the time, saying they're not worth anything. You trying to devalue them. That's all you're doing. These casual fans here, and when they jump on the bandwagon because it's the popular thing to say. Everybody's trying to make money off hating off Angel Reese.
But how does this grow the sport? It don't. When are the fans like going to sit back and understand that you don't move a sport by one player? Like you're giving her everything, and when it blow up in your face or anything happens, not hoping or wishing it, but if anything happens, your business is going to tank because you're trying to tie your business model into Caitlin Clark. That's not how you grow a business. Every successful businessman, Prince, Showtime, myself, and AJ, like others out there know you don't move a business by just talking about one thing. That doesn't help your business grow.
My thing is, no one has bothered to ask my question. When is somebody going to answer my question? What does a white woman do for you, black man? What does she do for you? What? Please tell me. No one has answered my question yet, and it's been 2 years. Why can't anybody answer my question? Well, are you afraid that I'm gonna out you? I don't care. I just need to know what is so valuable about a white woman, black man. What is so valuable? Jeez, oh, please, bro, golly,
it doesn't. You have to show everybody. You got all this talent out here, and you just keep bashing down. And when somebody defends Caitlin Clark, now all of a sudden we got to throw them in jail. It's crazy. We need to get back to basketball.
They gas like us. Just because we say she's not the greatest ever, we're racist.
Mm-hmm. They don't.
Ain't know anything about racism.
Don't you love the reverse racism shit? Shout out to these brothers. I'm alone with this one, I guess. I don't know.
At the same time, you can call me a nigger, you can call her nigger and monkey and all that stuff, and you supposed to take that and just
no. I got something better for you. The fact of the matter is that I can't call you a nigger anymore. I can't beat you anymore. You start complaining. Wait, wait, you're mad and upset and want to take a word back. You want to take the N word back, but you also want to complain that you're tired of beating us. You're beating us with a whip. You're tired of hanging us, not only physically, but mentally. right? Because you got all these suckers out here, possibly including yourself, kowtowing to all the and tattletaling to all the white folks who are in position of power, I guess. Let's just call it what it is. White folks are in a position of power. At one point, we were. But what happened? What happened? And by God, I have to say, and this was covered in the last live, people got older, people got tired, or people had their franchise, or had their businesses forcefully taken away from them. Have you ever noticed certain venues like Buffalo barbecue wings? Who was the first man who invented Buffalo barbecue wings? Barbecue wings include. I believe it was a certain black man. I forgot what his name was. But you had two white folks, infiltration, two white folks coming out of his business, ordering food, sitting at the diner. All of a sudden, they taste his food, and because it had barbecue sauce on it, right? He wanted to develop his business. He wanted to push his business even further, so he invented his own version of barbecue sauce. And the white folks came and they ate his food, and they said, we have something here. Years later, something happens to the man, and years later he comes back to his franchise gone. Oh, worse than that, they take his concepts and they make it their own. Buffalo barbecue wings. When has white folks ever thought about creating barbecue sauce? Think. Barbecue sauce has never been a white style. Has never been. Hey, Don, has never been a white style. Why do you think that once upon a time, while the white folk in positions of power gave you or were eating on the swine, the beautiful swine, how it was beautifully delicated and made, and they just gave you the slops. But we survived on the slop because of the black woman, how she made those slops delicately. And we ate that slop for survival. But you don't never want to get the black woman credit. She was with you from the beginning. She will be there for you to the end of time. And for the simple fact that some of you Negroes today want to denigrate the black woman, shame on you. Shame on you.
Hey, that's what you signed up for, right?
Yep.
Really?
Like he want to bring up Alyssa Thomas, will forget last year after the playoff, she said, in 11 years of being a pro, racist slurs that were thrown at me like it was like you want to bring up her, like let's really talk about Alyssa Thompson. Let's talk about what she really said on the side of India.
I've never experienced the racial comments from Indiana Fever face. We had her face on a serious matter that happened in this world, and it's unacceptable, honestly. And there's no place for it. And we've been professional throughout the whole entire thing, but I've never been called the things that I've been called on social media, and there's no place for it. And basketball is headed in a great direction, but I think in my 11-year career,
you know, it's funny. Her wife was doing all that crying too about the Indiana Fever, fans being racist. What she do? Join the team and start buck dance.
Yep.
Did you saw what she put on social media? Yeah. Okay. Clowns.
They're my
clowns. I don't respect for them. That's the problem. A lot of these guys, why I don't take them serious, they have no credibility with me because they easily bought and paid for.
Yeah.
Everybody selling out. They selling their soul.
That makes me look at DeWanna Bonner like that makes me look at you very sideways, because this is the same fan base who took DeJournette's picture and put it on George Floyd's body.
Exactly.
And for you to go over there, I lost all my respect for. I had little already, but that made it go to less than zero. And this was a teammate of yours that you helped grow into the player she is today. Like, you were her vet. And for you to do that, I don't know how, I know AT and y'all have a relationship, but I'm questioning you as a woman and as a Black woman at that. Like
put the like button, smash the like button, smash the like button. Support the channel. Support. Will make me feel better. What was it? What was the dude's name? Slim from Players Club. Do something to make me feel better. Become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. Do something to make me feel better. Let's go.
Like, for you to do that, it's like very asinine and very sickening. In the head, I'm
Don, I have a question for you, since the brothers are too scared to answer my question. What is so fascinating about having a white woman by your side? What is so fattening? What can anybody can you answer that? Why, as a Black man, do you have to have a white woman, especially in these days and age? What is it? The ass? Did they grow asses now? What do they give the best head? What? Like what? What? I'm trying not to shout, but why? What? I need to know. If a man can't answer it, maybe a woman can. I just need to know. I wish Mahogany was up. Jesus. Yes, my question.
Where your team is going to do bad. They're going to have a stretch sometime in the season where they're bad. And we're going to see if you have that same energy when they say you need to be fired or you need to be cut. You need Caitlin Clark to step up for her teammates after what they did last year to her teammates. I still didn't hear her come out and say anything about it, but whatever.
Anybody get on Time Magazine article that's written by your team, say all this stuff. Anybody, when you read the script, that's easy, especially somebody like her. Yep. Whatever she say, they're gonna get behind. It's not easy for her to say, oh, that wasn't Melissa, it was a basketball player. Oh yeah, right.
I've always felt like, and I've been waiting to say this. I was gonna say it on my channel, but I'm gonna bless Showtime channel with this. Y'all know me. I'm very methodical and I put stuff together. Look at all of the Indiana Fever's offseason moves. Really pay attention to it. Nobody have ever heard nobody break this down like this. I need y'all to give me the flow for a second. Pay attention to this. Sydney Colson, Asia Wilson's favorite. Oh, she wants to play with Caitlin Clark more than she wants to play with Asia Wilson. Next one, Natasha Howard pulls her from where?
Dallas.
Oh, she wants to play with Caitlin Clark more than she wants to play with Paige Beckers. DeWanna Bonner pulls her from where? Connecticut Sun. Oh, I thought DeJournette and AT didn't get along with her. Oh. Okay. Next one. Who else did they bring to the team? The well-known, the most prominent. She's the only WNBA player to wear a Trump hat during her walkway in the NBA game, in the WNBA game. Pay attention to the play, not the player. Pay attention to the play, not the player. It's been a political move this entire time, and it's been happening right in front of y'all faces, and y'all don't even realize it.
And you forgot one.
Yep.
Brianna Turner.
Shouts out to them brothers for blessing us with truth. Tell truth. I gotta get a soundboard. All right. This was supposed to be the main event of the night, but I had an emergency situation. I had to deal with something. So here we go. Talking about Coon of the Year. Coon of the Year. Chaotic Truth. We know what it is. I don't know. I don't know. I listen. I was 19 when I did. I was 19 when I tried it. I was 19 years old. And I was like, what? At the time, I thought it was like no big deal. But when I grew up and I grew up fast. After what happened to me, I grew up fast. I was 19 going into my 20s. And when I went into my 20s, I said, thank God my mom saved me. Even though we weren't getting along, my mom saved me. She saved my ass from total destruction. I was going to end up in a damn trailer park somewhere. Shouts out to me, mommy. She's no longer with us. But shouts out to me, mommy. Shouts out to my mama. She's no longer with us, but she's just looking down at me and it's like, boy, take your ass. Love you, mama. Love you. Now, like I was saying, the Coon of the Year is Chaotic Truth. Now, I give credit where credit is due. It's like I said, he needed his paper. This boy needed some paper. So he was kowtowing and acquiescing to the whole Carmelo Anthony case, right? And he was saying some things that I never thought that would ever come out of his mouth. He was actually supporting Carmelo Anthony. I'm like, what the? No. Anton Daniels is contradicting. He can't win this race. When I play this, trust me, he's in the lead. He is in the lead for being Coon of the Year. I'll play it right now, but I'm gonna shut up. Him and Fatty had a debate. Him and Fatty had a nice debate. Let's see here. Fair use.
For quite some time, they are not allowed to. What's the word that I'm looking for? They are not allowed to exercise their First Amendment right, and I provide a platform for whites to do that, and not just white, but anybody to do that, particularly in the bastions of hope. I know it's a very lofty statement. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I only get a few hundred people in the chat, but I feel like this is needed. More people are more fighting the liberals and people woke. This whole woke movement, because if you take away our freedom of speech, you take away our guns. What next? We're gonna end up looking like Portugal. We're gonna end up looking.
So this dumbass sees himself as the people who he wants to be around white folks. He wants to be around white folks so bad that he looks around and says, what did I get myself into? Even though he plays the role quite well. He does. Now, he didn't have me fooled. He had me, I was like, nah, we gonna see how long this lasts. because he was defending Carmelo Anthony. And at the same time, I said, just wait. Just wait. Just wait. He needs money. He needs his money. Other than that, he would just be a regular YouTuber. He would. He'd just be a regular YouTuber. Let's continue.
Looking like a socialist country. We're gonna end up looking like Canada. Look what Trudeau is doing in Canada. So I don't want my country to look like this. I want white people to say nigga, 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 nigga all day. I want them to wake up and brush their teeth to it. I'm not afraid of words.
Okay, Paul Mooney.
I'm an evolved man. I'm evolved. I don't. And this is something I keep saying. How long do I have? I don't want to.
No. The shadow realm, you guys can go. It's fine. We're just having a conversation.
I don't want. I don't have any children, but I think that it's time to evolve, and I think that Black people, particularly, are walking around worrying about a goddamn word all day. Why don't you worry about rocket science? Why don't you worry about nanotechnology? You niggas only worried about a word. Worry about being in power, you know. And I'm talking about real power. You know, if you're so afraid of a word, go to Africa. They don't say that word in Africa. Go to Africa. And so the thing of the matter is that yes, I provide a safe space. Unfortunately,
man, he's cool to say that word around Coach K. He's cool to say that word. He's cool. And this is the funny part, right? He had the nerve to go to Platinum Elite's live and say that same sentiment, you know, and if anybody who didn't like his critique on Black America, he ended up calling Black people with the calling Black people nigga with the hard ER. And there was one time where he owes me his life. The one time that he owes me his life is the one time that we had a conversation on his platform, on Platinum Elite's platform. Everybody got off of him. They were going to continue roasting him and possibly dox him. He owes me his life. And I will continue to remind him of that. He owes me a debt. Let's continue. What up, Theory?
fortunately, for whites. If anything, a Black man should be worried about a Black person saying nigga to them on the streets, because that's probably one of the words of a dead Black man, nigga. Pow. So the thing is that how many times? So why are we worried about if a white person said it?
Either man is having a great time with this. Should we put E-Man in the book of Negroes?
If a white person said, all right, they ain't gonna shoot and kill you, but you're more likely to get shot by a Black man saying that word right before he murdered you. And
that they was invited and all that. But if you're talking about American history, remember American history, because you are a nationalist. You don't like to talk about the things about the world. If we're talking about national, why now?
Your accent got real strong the last two
I
sentences.
got you. I will repeat it again.
What did
Can
you say?
you lie to my face and say that white people, since the beginning of whatever you guys have going on in the United States,
go ahead.
white people were more oppressed than Black people?
I never said whites were oppressed. I never said that. I said whites have been disenfranchised in America because they can't exercise their freedom of speech.
That's perfect. Let me flip it because words have matter. Are you telling me that white people has been more disenfranchised than black people since the Constitution of the United States? That's what you're saying?
Well, I mean, you were asking me an obvious question. I mean, if you're asking me about the enslavement of a population of people, of course, that is a higher level of disenfranchisement. Also, Fatty, you got to remember, America was new. America was founded in 1776. The Constitution wasn't ratified until 1789. Our founders literally fought over the idea of actually ending slavery during that time period, but it would have devastated the economy. Slavery was grandfathered in from a system of behavior that all humans have done since the beginning of time. So yeah, of course, the Africans that were enslaved under the French colonies and the British colonies and who else was in America at the time? I can't remember. French, British, and Spanish colonies, of course. But when the colonies formed a union, the founders were saying, listen, man, this is a horrible system here and it needs to be abolished. That was in the late 1700s.
If it weren't for not Booker T, if it wasn't for Frederick Bailey at the time, you wouldn't even be having unions. Got it? And slavery ended in 1865.
So you got to think about the vision of these people. So yes, it was only disenfranchisement by.
It's all good theory. I don't need to know where the boy lives. It was good to, but I see where he gets his critique from. Like, ill. Nah, I don't need to dox the boy.
Did an incredible job at ending slavery. Ending it. They stopped the importation of Africans in 1809 and 1810. I can't remember the exact date. I'm not at school anymore. And you just think about that. 1889 was the ratification of the Constitution, and then 20 years later, they banned the importation of Africans. That was beautiful. That was probably monumental back then.
Yes. Stop abusing oppressors. Stop abusing the oppressed. That's beautiful. Oh, that's it's like the Germans starting the war. He says, you know what? I'm stopping the war right now, and they started this out beautifully. Sir, you don't talk like a white person. You talk like a white supremacist. After they abolished slavery, what did they write on the Constitution? Was a black person of the same value as a white person? All these beautiful founders didn't say no more slaves, than these black people have the same right as Johnny over there. Both of them can have skates. They can go to the same toilets. They can drive in the front of the bus. Is that what happened, Mr. Chaotic? No, it was more 300 years of oppression. And I'm one person that says, acknowledge your past, but strive for greatness. You are the person that says, go ahead and forget about your past. You have everything to move along. But then when it's something that is very white, 9/11, never forget. We have to remember this forever to make sure that we strive for greatness. Once again, sir, the N-word the you know what, you give me something, and what you do is you give these people the plan them as the juvenile word when those motherfuckers couldn't say that shit in front of a black person without getting the shit slapped out of them. So, sir, once again, nobody believes these people are on Reddit. Their music is nothing. It's just cosplay. Thank you very much.
Damn, I never thought I would have to do this. Bravo! Bravo! Take a point. I'll give him a point. I'll send him a cash app.
Very much, you got this.
You know, Fatty.
Here we go.
What you did was truly indicative to why you blacks need to go to Africa.
Did I hurt your feelings?
No, you didn't hurt my feelings. I'm just exercising my time to talk.
Go ahead.
This is why you play in the list
spear chuckers need to take your black asses back to Africa. You don't understand the Western world. You don't understand how this world works. The fact that you would say that a word can trigger a human being to attack someone who has the First Amendment backing them up says a lot about the Africans, the black man's brain.
Yes.
You can't attack someone for talking. They are talking. Words do not hurt. This is not.
Nigga, you know what? No. I gotta do something real quick. I have to do something. Please bear with me.
This world works. No, you didn't hurt my feelings. I'm just exercising, Fatty.
Thank you very much. You got this.
Hold on. All right. Here we go.
You know, Fatty, what you just said was truly indicative as to why you blacks need to go to Africa.
Did I hurt your feelings?
No, you didn't hurt my feelings. I'm just exercising my time to talk.
Go ahead.
This is why you play in the lips. Spear chuckers need to take your black asses back to Africa. You don't understand the Western world. You don't understand how this world works. The fact that you would say that a word can trigger a human being to attack someone who has the First Amendment backing them up says a lot about the Africans, the black man's brain.
Yes.
You can't attack someone for talking. They are talking. Words do not hurt. This is not Star Wars, and words aren't the goddamn force. Go to one of these barbaric baboon African countries if you want to attack someone and there's no courts to charge you with felonious assault. Go there. But in America, everybody has a right to talk. Everybody has a right to speak. That's what the founders wanted. That's what's in the document. And I'm not going to sit here and allow a foreigner like you to tell me otherwise. And I'm not going to sit here and have a foreigner tell me what Black Americans should do in case somebody...
The founders wrote the Constitution in their way, stating, and I'm paraphrasing, we the people, meaning white people, are for their... I gotta pull it up. Shouts out to Dr. Claude Anderson. I gotta pull it up.
Somebody calls them a word. Take your monkey tree branch swinging ass back to Africa. You're not supposed to be here because your brain is not compatible with this program here, this country. It's not. And this is the problem in this country. I'm getting called a coon. How am I a coon? Because this is what the founders wanted. And I ask you something.
No, you're not a coon. You're not a coon at all. You're a good old boy. You remember, if you ever seen Roots and Kuta Kinte, aka Toby, grew up, got his foot chopped off, was going to the white man, and every time he went to the white man, he was being patted on the head. Good old boy. Every time he does something good, he a good boy. You a good boy. Don't wander too far now. You're a good boy. That's what chaotic truth is. He a good boy.
No, can you do me a favor? Go ahead, sir. What kind of phone do you have?
A Samsung.
Yeah, boy.
How do you think your Samsung is made?
Slave labor.
Slave labor.
Hold on. I can prove it. I can prove it.
Now I was talking.
Okay, you can make. I can make the case that white people made the cell phone, but to make it work, how did they make it work? Through a specific chip, right? Called coltan. Where did they get coltan from? It starts with an A and ends with an A.
And now I'm quiet when you're talking. Now you got this. Talk. Now I'm getting off. Okay. Do us all a favor, since you are such a liberal, you're such a social justice warrior. Take that smartphone, go outside and smash it against the ground to show us that you are against slavery. Because there's little Congolese boys and girls that are working for bread and water in those mines as artisanal miners, so that your phone can be built. Take your phone and smash it, since you're such a great liberal and you have a higher moral status than I do. Take it.
That's fair.
Slavery still goes on in Africa right now. Yes. It still goes on in Africa right now. Slavery ended 80 years ago. I can't remember now. Slavery ended in America almost 200 years.
You mean the type of slavery that what's that boy's name? Elon Musk. You know Elon Musk is a slave owner, right? Oops.
To go. So you over here trying to demonize my country, when in fact slavery still takes place in Africa. It still takes place in China. It still takes place in North Korea. There are concentration camps in North Korea because Kim Jong-un is a psychopath. They're talking about my country during election season.
Yes.
I'm trying to be peaceful now, but now I'm about to go on the offensive now.
Oh, wait, were you going to talk more?
Hold on for a second. Now,
more 3 minutes to go.
You're getting chin checked by a foreigner, but you ain't smashed your phone up. You haven't. Well, Fatty, do me a favor, man. Take off all your clothes and walk outside naked and go live in the woods. Then, because how did you buy your clothes? How did everything around you is based on money?
Ain't shit no more. This is what I'm gonna do. Y'all be cool. Just stay right where you are. I'm gonna try something. Okay. You says fact that CT can spout this BS on black channels is kind of pathetic. He does it all the time. Hey, he does this shit all the time. CT got striked and demonetized. I wonder why. I wonder why that is. Yeah, I had to fix. Yeah, I ended up having to fix the shit. But like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. And please become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. I think memberships are like $2.99 a piece or something like that, $2.99 a month. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Can't hear you now. Cool. Cool. Well, here it is. I did not fall for the BS that TC or CT was spewing when he was kowtowing to Carmelo Anthony in what had transpired at the time. And I was basically like, yeah, this is just baiting. This is just baiting. He's just baiting. It's not gonna take that long. It's not gonna take that long. And pretty soon he flipped back to who he was. I'm like, there's the CTI now. There he is right there. So in my opinion, he gets Coon of the Year. And I don't know. I don't know. Should I just give him Coon of the Year? Should I give him the Coon of the Year award? Let me see. Based on what? Let me see. I need to edit this. I really need to edit this, and I'm gonna put a lot of these coon. I'm gonna put a lot of these people on there. I need to edit it, so ignore the last picture. Just ignore it. Yeah, I need to edit that. I need to edit it. No, it's old. I need to update. In France, how to start my start my day. Definitely will watch this on the replay. You have you too. Oh, you have a good one. It's what, 4 o'clock in the morning, y'all? 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm surprised y'all niggas are up. But I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you. I would appreciate. Like I said, hit the like button on your way out. If you're coming in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Because we're trying to get up to 2K. Oh, it's 10. Oh, wait, where are you from? 10:30 a.m. 10:30. God dang. You must be from another country, because I don't know. You must be in a different country or something. But I don't know. It's all good. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Oh, tell a friend and tell a friend, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Now let's finish up here. Let's go back. Hopefully this thing will not trip again. Shouts out to Fatty, by the way. Shouts out to Fatty.
We are probably first generation European and American. We came from the same tree. That's the first one, okay? You are a monkey that was shipped to the other side of the ocean. I am a monkey that just got upstairs. Like, the only difference that you went far away. The same. Huh? You're muted.
Sir, what does it matter what car that I
Oh, I played your game with
I'm
the
a
Samsung.
I make capital.
Now we're going to speak with answer straight questions. What is the brand of
The boss to outmask. Don't try to outmask no beauty.
bring a lot of pain to other people around the world? Just because you are a nationalist doesn't mean that your shirt that you have right now is made in China, your car is made in Germany, your jeans are made in nationalist identity. The same thing. I will repeat it again. You on your show talk about shit that are legal all the time. I don't want gay people to get married. Why? If it's legal, the same way you go around and you say that you should be able to say some words because they are not against the law. You cry every day all day about things that are legal in your country, but you cry about it because you don't agree about it. Then you can do one more, please, because I'm blind. I don't see your finger. So we're going to do this, sir. We're going to do this. I have a question for you before you go there, right? If words don't have meaning, why do these people start on the nigga and don't go for the RDR? What happens if somebody goes to, I don't know, Kamala Harris and calls her the RER? Not like, what, you little what happens to that person, sir?
So just like her husband calls her that when he's climaxing that night. What are you talking about, sir? Are you that naive to believe that?
Sir.
Can I speak now? Are you that naive?
Jungle fever, sir.
Are you that naive to not believe that this woman, like a lot of mixed races, don't practice race play? Are you out of your mind to believe that he's never said that or she's never brought a race? So first of all, Kamala's not even black. First of all, let's get that straight.
Let's go with that.
But secondly, sir, who cares what people say again? Now you said something about me saying something about gay marriage. I've never said that. I've never said that gay people should not.
You know what? There is one video that I want to review of Anton Daniels and him getting outed by many of the black women on that channel, on his channel. It was so hilarious. It was so fucking hilarious. It's just worth reviewing now. Thank you, Corey or Calvin. Thank you, Calvin. Thank you, Calvin, for having me even think of remotely even reviewing this shit. But I review Anton's shit a lot, and he contradicts himself a hell of a lot. But I gotta review this one. But let's finish up here.
I get married. You can find a video of me saying that.
I will concede.
Thank you.
Do you support gay marriage?
I do not, sir. Me personally, I don't. Can I answer the question?
Do you support gay marriage?
Can you put me on the big screen real quick? Or is that
the real? Yes. Do you support gay marriage? Go ahead.
I'm going to answer your question, Fatty.
Yes. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
So you are asking me if I support a man and a man having butt sex. So imagine a man right in front of me, and I'm tearing his ass up, or he's tearing my ass up. So you think that a heterosexual man in America should say, "Oh yeah, I support two gay people having sex"? Are you out of your mind? Of course, me personally, I don't support gay people or being gay. Of course, I don't, because just look at the image of it. Look, just think as a man in front, right? Just think as a man. I'm tearing his ass up. Brother. That looks perfectly normal, right? Of course, homosexuality is an abomination. It's a sin, bro. It's an abomination. Just look at what I'm doing and how vulgar it is. Of course it is.
And you checkmated yourself.
But
you checkmated yourself.
But in America, say, "Oh yeah, I support two gay people having sex." Are you out of your mind? Of course, me personally, I don't support gay people or being gay. Of course, I don't, because just look at the image of it. Look, just think as a man in front, right? Just think as a man. I'm tearing his ass up. Brother. That looks perfectly normal, right? Of course, homosexuality is an abomination. It's a sin, bro. It's an abomination. Just look at what I'm doing and how vulgar it is. Of course it is.
and you checkmated yourself.
But
you checkmated yourself.
But in America,
Yes.
hey, as long as they're not bothering me, hey, if you want to be in some room and a man got his penis all in your mouth and you just sucking his cock, then do it. Do it. But me personally, no. To answer your question, no. It's disgusting.
So you are for free speech. You are for liberties. You are for people do what they want, but the
Oh shit. Oh, I didn't know about all this. I swear I didn't know about all this. Please, can I get a membership for that one? Because I didn't know. I did not know. And the fact that he said it 3 times, he was bruh. Oh. he visualized it in his own image. That was, bruh, I can't even describe it in words. I can't, bruh. I can't. That's why he gets clowned a lot. That's this, and this is a prime example. This is the prime example for him being clowned. I need $1 for some coffee. I need some coffee. Has anybody got $1 I can borrow? I need some coffee. I really need coffee. It's Friday. It's Friday, and I got shit to do. I need to wake up. Did he act? Wait, Calvin, you heard this, right? Did he say what I think he just said? And he doubled, tripled. And obviously, he likes taking things to the 3rd degree. I don't know why. Again, I don't believe what anything that he says. He's smart and he is intelligent. I'm not going to take that away from him, but at the same time, nigga, who are you around? And I can't even, I can't even put it into words right now. Not for him. No, I can't. He's the ultimate grifter. He is the ultimate grifter. Bro, I'm telling you, bro. I can't even talk because this I cannot talk. I will say this though. Jason Lee Peterson, right, has more accolades and more trophies than this guy would. This guy fakes it most of the time, and he literally just says it out of his own mouth. But what he just said tonight, and you know what I'm trying to say? And he literally, I'm surprised there's no meme for this. I'm surprised no one has put up a meme or put up a short on this. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. I am really fucking surprised. We're going to move on. Shouts out to Fatty, yo. Anton had Anton's whole panel cooks him when it comes to black stuff. He ends up cooking him. Black people don't cook him. He ends up cooking himself. And I can prove that otherwise. I can prove that with prestige that he cooks himself. Why would you put yourself in position for your stupid ass to get? Dude, you're cooking yourself, bro. You did that on Platinum Elites Live more than once, and now it's like, no, whatever. Y'all give me a minute. This is crazy. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like and share and subscribe to the channel. This is the reason why I went to see the movie Sinners. This is the reason why, bro. Now I am so glad that I went. I am so glad that I went. Because he would be the one I would throw, right? I would throw him to the vampire and say, you want somebody to bite? Let's see. I gotta go all the way. Give me a minute, fam. Give me a minute. I know I got it. But he's the one I would absolutely positively throw into. Oh, here it is. Found it. These are the one of the videos that I want to. Let's see. And they're talking about the P. Diddy case. They're talking about the P. Diddy case in this one. And of course, Anton just goes on his little tirade like he normally does. Fair use.
So when it comes down to his crimes, how does her morality alleviate him of his crimes?
Did she not? No. But you know what's the interesting part? Wait. Let's address what she just said. None of that you just said is what he's being charged.
Exactly.
You know what the person
Right.
that was in
No.
and he said he was talking to the HSI agents is because when they get a high profile name, they get extra funding from the government in order for them to continue to do what they do within their division within the federal government.
That's a money.
He's a former FBI
Yeah.
agent that is familiar and has relationships and talked to other HSI agents that are pursuing this case. He said the only reason why this is a big deal is because they need extra funding, and in order for them to do that, they got to take down high-profile cases so they can ask for extra funding from the federal government. And for y'all to actually believe that he deserves to go to jail for the rest of his life, but that grown folks volunteered to put themselves into, and he got freak offs, y'all are. You know what? I understand why men are terrified of women at this point.
Okay.
Because at any point,
let's not do the
at any point, y'all can come back for seconds and say, you know what? I was with you, but now I'm a victim. And because I got a pretty face, now everybody is gonna believe me. And nigga, you need to go to jail for the rest of your life. And give me all of the money that you never worked for.
The crazy,
listen,
the crazy part about it.
We are in dangerous times right now. I understand 100% where Anton is coming from because women are in a mode of emotional stimulation, and they're gonna do it by any means necessary, whether that mean violence, whether that mean through peace. It's just it's a chaotic situation that we're in right now as men, for sure.
This is staged. Niggas crying. You got dudes crying over what? This is all staged. This is just. I clearly don't believe in none of this shit. Why would you go through all this trouble, have all these women on here, and then start antagonizing? That's to me. You're antagonizing these women. You just downplaying these women into thinking that they're less of who they are, and you try to break them down to build them back up to what standard of woman that they. This is all staged.
But she didn't do any of these things alone, so therefore, his character is just as bad as hers.
Yeah, he's a disgusting pig.
So
That's
that's
why.
the point of her being there.
That's why he's on trial.
She chose.
Can I ask you guys a
If this
question?
stuff that she's saying is true or not.
Can I
He's
ask you
on
guys,
trial,
can I ask
and
the ladies
she's the
a
character
question?
key witness. Her
Can I ask
testimony.
all of you guys a question? Do you
What's up,
guys
girl?
think that all of this is unfurling about Cassie, and I'm finding out some stuff I didn't even know right now. But do you think that when she entered her relationship with Sean Combs at 2021, that she was always this way? No. What I'm saying is, and I'm getting to something here. So do you guys believe that maybe she was a little bit naive? So you think so? I mean, so do you guys really think that at 21, 22, even probably have never experienced these? I mean, like, you guys must really think she must have been whoring since she was like 15. I mean,
Man,
no,
it's
not that.
the thing about it, them girls be open and willing to get down and dirty for the situations, for the chances to be in certain situations. So that's when you're young, you got the YOLO mentality. This girl already been busting it down for other guys. Stop acting like she wasn't with a famous producer prior to Diddy. Like, quit playing. She's already been in that world. She was in that space. She was probably used to certain sexual encounters. It just took a freakier being to unlock maybe another level, but it was already in her.
Like, she's just barely of age. No. Do you think she came in and?
This is the reason why I stopped the whole Diddy thing. There is more to Puff Daddy, P Diddy than people realize. They're just concentrated on that because it's a good story. I know plenty of other stories was before Diddy. All this child trafficking, which he hasn't been convicted of, but whatever. This was way before him, way before R. Kelly, way before any of these Negroes, and of course, Steinfeld and who's the damn, I forgot the not the Home Alone. What is it? Is it Seinfeld? Is it Seinfeld? I got to figure that out. I got to look into that. But many of these white Hollywood actors and couch potatoes and directors, some of them were involved in the whole child trafficking genre. Why do you think they had underground tunnels to all these schools and shit? It's sickening. And of course, certain black people take the bait. If you're going to incriminate one, incriminate all of them, is my stance. Is my take. Oops, wrong one. This is crazy.
Anton, I would love to hear. Do you think she came into the relationship wanting to do those things and like volunteering herself and saying, yeah? Do you think at like her young age that's what she wanted?
Absolutely. She was already kind of sexual, I think. I don't know what went on in her life before that, but she was the video, the lyrics, and this was with.
I just don't think that she lived.
I thought Ty was muted, but
and as a matter of fact, I almost forgot. You were talking about somebody. What? Corey Haim and Corey Feldman, the Corey boys, were a part of the casting couch, if y'all remember. Macaulay Culkin was a part of the casting couch. Riddle me that. Now, people from Disney, and I bet you, Drake, yes, he was in the Disney business too. I bet you he was a part of the casting couch.
but she must be talking to somebody behind the scenes because I thought she was muted.
Enough years to have that kind of experience to even know these things. Like,
No,
that's
no,
a
no,
part of life long enough.
Hold on,
That's a
hold
part
on.
of being naive.
You
Hold
going
on.
to experience things. Hold on. I knew women that was getting trains ran on in high school. I don't know where y'all. I don't know where y'all. What's
But
going
trains
on?
are different than drugs and
Let me
prostitutes.
tell you something.
and being
Like trade is traumatic. What are you talking about? There's multiple guys.
Is
that what you think of is that what you think of black women at time? God dang. But didn't you just tell the story of how you met your wife? Very strange.
I knew chicks that was getting trains ran on them in high school. I don't know what y'all talking about.
And what were those girls' backgrounds? Like, if you were to peek into
I
their
did
own life,
research.
were they like loved and everything was great, and they just are like.
I never. Listen, let me tell you something. My homeboys never told me about whether or not they met their parents.
To Cassie came from two-parent household.
Yeah.
They were raised in Connecticut. I think she was very, very green. She said that Jimmy Carter was Sunday. So I think she was very, very green.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, but that doesn't excuse her choices for 11 years.
I'm not.
Everybody
What
is-
I'm saying is that there seems to be a progression of depravity, right? So
Everybody's green until they not. Pink.
yes, but what I'm saying is that like. Yeah, so what I'm saying is
Everybody's green until they not.
yeah, well, I don't know. I just don't think that you live enough years to have experience with, having sex with prostitutes, having tons of parties, all kinds of drugs. Like when I was 20, 21, like I stopped playing with Barbies when I was 13. So you do the math there. It's like, I'm just having a hard time believing that somebody that young could be that sophisticated and that Diddy was not somehow, as being almost old enough to be her father, have some involvement in the influence of her.
She forget that she was with the other producer prior. I forget the guy's name, but she was with someone prior. Stop acting like it was just only Diddy. She was already around older men.
That's it.
Look, let me say this.
How many times have we? You want to be in the music industry? You wasn't trying to be in the music industry either. How many times have we heard of these chicks? Come on, man, you can't be this naive.
No, I do, but I also have 4 children. So I'm coming at it from like maybe just a mom. Like I'm not just being so quick to be like that because I also remember when I was 19 and how truly naive I was. Like the things that people could tell me that I would believe. I had both my parents.
So Antoine, if somebody is a bad person,
so it was like,
if somebody is a bad person, do they deserve a crime to happen to them?
No.
We're talking about Cassie's morals here. So if Cassie
we're talking about the fact that she's busting it down for a real one. What you talking about?
That's correct. That you thinking she's a whore. Does that?
That means that
bad things happen to bad people.
No.
Bad things happen to bad people.
You'll see women commit crimes, but on a regular basis, they'll never be charged in the same way that a man is. They'll never serve the same sentences. They'll never be prosecuted. They'll never ever let their feet touch the ground. We're always going to treat women with kid gloves, especially if they're pretty.
Yes.
Especially,
Andrew, are you saying
especially if they're pretty, especially if they're pregnant. The sister code is going to save them. Well, you know what? But why? Well, wait. Did she have a father in her life? Anybody asked Diddy if he had a father in his life?
Period.
I'm not sure what.
Yeah, man, this is staged. This is staged. How is it that you have? It's mind-boggling, and then you're obviously complaining because nothing has never gone your way, especially with the whole 60 goddess shit. Nothing has never gone your way, but you made millions. You're married. What you're married with a good wife. You have good kids. Why are you worried about somebody? What else? What somebody else is doing? And please forgive me. I missed this. I missed this earlier. Somebody finally asked my question. So the reason why white women or black men find these snow bunnies is because white women are more feminine. White women are more feminine, knowing the man is boss. Don't try to out masculine you, powerful, nurturing, respect patriarchy. Is this what we're doing? Okay. So you haven't met any black woman who was just as feminine, just as soft as a bird. You haven't found any woman who
kowtow to your rule, even though you claim to be a boss. That's what you claim to be, right? That's what you're proud to be. You claim to be a boss. Show her what a boss is, right? And what's the next thing? Try not to outmasculate. How is she out-masculating? How is she out-masculating you? Just by talking, expressing how she feels? That's very interesting. Peaceful. So a woman can't grant you peace. A black woman can't grant you peace. I don't want to wake up my wife, but peaceful over here. It's very peaceful over here. I mean, but when you get, for example, when you get married, right? When you get married, you this is crazy. When you get married, black men of today want to experience, I don't know, paradise. They want to experience paradise. They want it all. They want the glitz, the glamour, the glory, along with the, making money, which I ain't never gonna shit on anybody making money, right? The grand prize should be the woman that you're pursuing. Or even if she's pursuing you, which I find that odd. Even if the woman is pursuing you, she right then and there should covet all the gaps, how she pleases you, how she possibly can cook for you. Not every woman can cook. How she pleasures you, how she does stuff for you. The peace part of it, every black woman is peaceful until you make it non-peaceful. I think it was something to the degree that it was either Frederick Douglass or it was Marcus Garvey that said, you want the rain, but you don't want the thunder and the lightning and the mud. In other words, when you get married, you just want the glitz and glamour and the glory. You just want a woman just to feed you, fuck you, and just say less. Doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. It works that way with white women. So you might be right, but she doesn't know your pain. Like a white woman doesn't know your pain like black women do. She doesn't know your struggle. She doesn't know what ancestrally. She's not going to, a white woman is not going to teach your history. Oh, I forgot. You want to erase history from existence because you don't want nothing to do with it. You just want to get along with your oppressor. Got you. Nurturing. Black women are nurturing. Come on now. I'm not gonna ignore that. Respect patriarchy. Why would you put black women in slavery? I even heard at one point, and I don't want to be long with it. I even heard at one point that if it wasn't for Jim Crow, there wouldn't be broken homes. Who the hell said that? If it wasn't for Jim Crow. Somebody in the Republican Party said that. Some black guy. I think it was Ben Carson or some shit. I gotta find that out. And if I ever see you in real life, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. We were good ever since Jim Crow times. So it's a messed up situation where you have people praising patriarchy, which don't work with the average black woman of today. It don't work for anybody. Why can't you just load up your weapons and plan a strategy and take your rightful place as a black man in this country, just like the Egyptians did? You can't do that, can you? I'm not in pain or struggling. Here. I bet you your grandmother, your great grandmother has told you plenty of stories. If it were true, just like my grandmother told me how she was a sharecropper back in those days, picking cotton in the cotton fields. And she was telling you all about the struggles and the pain and just going through it. But they had families too, right? They were married and they had children, and then soon their children had children, and they lived right across the street in those dirt roads back in Arkansas or Mississippi or somewhere. They never told you those specific stories about how they struggle and how the white man used to travel down those roads and start shooting up in the air and try to scare people. Well, you must not have lived longer than me. I'm shocked. You must not have lived longer than me. Y'all must be the millennials. Y'all must be the millennials, or I don't know. Y'all ain't no damn Gen Zs. Y'all must be the millennials. I've never met a black woman who disappointed me. Never met. Never. Even before my wife, the people who I've dated have absolutely treated me with the utmost kind of respect. It didn't work out, but hey, you move on to the next. I even hear complaints, right? I even hear complaints about black women who have these particular jobs who are waitresses, that they don't get they don't get great customer service with black women. Where do y'all go? Maybe it's a different city and state. I don't know. But where do y'all go that y'all don't get good customer service from black women? I get customer service from black women all the time. There's not been one black woman yet that has treated me or my family with unkindness. Not one. There's not been not one. You know, we tip when it comes to tip. I tip her $20. If I have it, I tip her 10. I tip her 20. And they always go the extra mile. And I get some smart ass be like, "Where you live? I want to move there." Let's finish this shit. I gotta go to bed.
Can I just ask Anton, like,
Nobody cares about Diddy, his upbringing. Nobody gives a fuck. Don't nobody care. If he had been touched when he was younger, that's cool. Nigga, you're an adult now. Fix your motherfucking life. That's no excuse. Oh my God.
That is crazy. They are both adults. Nobody's talking about Diddy trauma, Diddy past, what he might have been through, if he was exposed to anything. They're only talking about Cassie was a victim. She didn't know she was. Man, the girl was wrong. We don't care.
What do you want? What do you want? Can I just address what Pink Pill was saying earlier, because I love the fact how she was saying when she was like,
I wanted to ask some of these dudes, what the hell do you want? What the hell do you want with a woman? What do you want? Other than y'all want respect. Y'all want respect. Y'all want equal. You want equal. You want equality across the board. Oh, I get it.
19 and when she was 20. You got to understand, you came up in a completely different generation. You said your generation X, right?
Yeah.
She's generation Z, right? Millennial, right? I'm a millennial. And I'm pretty sure there's a few other millennials, and maybe a few other millennials on here. But the way we were brought up and the way we were brought up is completely different than the way you saw things. So trust me, it is not far-fetched for Cassie to be busting it down for a real one and a not so real one.
You know what I learned tonight? You know what I learned tonight?
Even Miss Pink Pill busted down for a real one.
All women, all of them. I want to tell you, there is no woman that you cannot get. There is no morality code that she will not abide by, that she will abide by. Every woman has a price. That's what I learned tonight. Because they don't believe they don't believe
But you have to stop using
I don't care about y'all fake getting upset. I know that every last woman on the face of this earth has a price.
I think
and
every
one of the
man has
reasons
well.
why they have a price is because they want the lifestyle, and it's always going to be a price that's attached to it. They willing to pay it, and they don't believe that they'll ever have to be held accountable for it. One of the reasons why you see some guys,
the deal of right and
one of the
wrong.
reasons why you see men, and they're willing to hold what, you know what? Some men are willing to cross it and just take a chance. Other men is like, you know what? That's just too big of a price to pay. Because we know for a fact that if we get caught, it's over. It's over. There is no coming back. Ain't no plan B. You going to jail, or you going to die, or you going to get whatever. You're going to be held accountable. You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your money. You're going to lose your income. You're going to lose everything. Women inherently in the back of their mind, they know that they can recover from it. And so the price is always easier to justify. And you know you can get away with it. It's almost like, look, I'll give you an example. Through all of what she's been through, this got another husband.
And pregnant.
Half of y'all can't even find a husband. And she got a husband that's willing to sit up there on trial and listen about how she got ran through and how she got her mouth.
But that's not. I mean,
and you know what women
that's a man. Like,
you know what women are saying online. You know what women are saying online. In mass. That's a good man, Savannah.
That's crazy.
Lord, bless that type of love to attack me. Instead of saying, "What is this doing?" Getting her mouth. At some point, she had to say, "You know what?"
So let me get this correct, because I want to actually study these things, right? Even though it's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard in my life, and how it's just all of it is staged. We got way worse problems than this, but let me stick to this, right? What Anton is saying is that he wants women to start taking whips and doing like what the Saudi Arabians do, some of the Indians, some of the Chinese, some of the Asians, what they do overseas, right? And they want to form a line, form a coup, and they want to march and start shaming women, like hitting them with bull whips and stuff like that, hitting them with broomsticks. It is to hold like Cassidy accountable. Is that where I'm getting? But you're not letting the men do that. You want the women to do that. You want the women to start shaming people like Meg Thee Stallion, which I don't listen to Meg's music. Cardi B, I don't listen to that music. And I definitely don't listen to Sexy Red. I do not listen to Sexy Red at all. Gorilla, she's the next stage of get the fuck. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do something possibly today on hip hop artists, female hip hop artists that just need to be banished. They just need to be banned. Just banish them to Australia or something, or they just need to just pack their shit up and just go. Just go. We don't want nothing to do with none of that. None of that. I feel your pain on that, but for regular society, nah, I don't feel all that because they're not put in the eyes of the camera. They're not put in the life like the celebrities are being praised. It's the celebrities are being praised. Regular folk like you and I, we work a 9 to 5 every day. Every week we work a 9 to 5. Some of us are unemployed. Some of us are looking for jobs. We're struggling. I could care less about a person out there who's making more money than me. They ain't got no troubles. They say that they do, but they don't. They say money is the root of all evil. You damn sure straight. That's why it's good to share it with everybody. But for the simple fact that I have to hear about Cassidy's problems, Cassidy got paid $10 million. $10 million. She could have walked away, but instead she's on trial. But I'm not into the Cassidy, Diddy, Smokey Robinson type shit. I don't care about the celebrityism anymore because you sealed your fates when you started messing with white folks. You sealed your fate, and now look at you. Now look at you, Tiger Woods. You sealed your fate, right? We got bigger and better. We got bigger problems to worry about. All that shit that you're going through right now, or being exposed for, children trafficking or whatever, Lotion Gate, or what's it called? Is it called Lotion Gate? Not Lotion Gate. Baby Oil Gate. My God. And someone the Anton said that she was getting R. Kelly'd. Is that the rule? Is that what happened? Why should I care about this? Why should I care about this? We had people from way before Diddy, way before R. Kelly, way before all this happened. We have books on that, but none of that stuff gets reported in real life, in real time. All this celebrityism is gone through the roof, but it's good content, I guess. I
don't like the taste.
Yep.
But instead of us having a
lot of different things. You're
instead
conflating
of
a lot of
having
different
a conversation of why she like, we're having the conversation about the character witnesses that is coming up to establish whether or not Diddy is the culprit. No accountability whatsoever. I don't believe it. I believe that any woman that I want, I can get her now.
But being kinky is not a crime.
You've given us the understanding to be careful of the type of women that we go after, but at the same time, understand that they all got a price.
And fine, you serve such contradictions, and it's so funny to me. Do you want women to be held to the same standard as men for the sake of equality? Would you like that?
I don't give a.
That's what it should be.
But this is your perspective. This is what you're saying.
No more, because
a whole stance about it.
You can't hold a question. You can't answer the question. Listen. If God couldn't hold Eve accountable, what makes you think that y'all gonna listen to me?
This was about.
God had to hold Adam accountable because God gave the instructions to Adam. You moose twit.
Desire. Would you desire women
God
to
couldn't
be held to
convince
the
Eve
same? You're avoiding my question.
I know you didn't say that. God absolutely did hold Eve accountable.
God, Adam, Eve.
Guys. The question is, do you want women to be held to the same standard as men? No, you don't. You always say you don't. But now you're advocating for it.
All it costs.
Now you want it. But when it's about submission and when it's about relationship you don't want to share.
But that's the
real one.
this is the thing.
If you believe,
Anton, you got to stop contradicting yourself.
if
You have to
you
stop doing
believe,
that.
no. This has nothing to do with
always do
contradiction.
that.
This don't have nothing to do with contradiction. Listen,
Okay.
for all of the men that's with y'all, please tell them not to listen to this show no more.
Anton, you don't have to
Because
advise our men. It
tell them,
doesn't
tell
really
them
matter.
don't listen to this
That
show no more.
doesn't matter.
Because
That doesn't
I'm gonna
matter.
speak to the guys, and I'm gonna
Watch
speak to
this.
all of the men that's watching this.
Watch
that got
this.
wives, that got
Watch this.
girlfriends. That
You're
think
being
that
ridiculous.
I think that they're innocent. Let me tell you, big dog. She'll go.
I bet you won't.
I bet you she will. Now, see, that's your problem. You sitting there in the background trying to
I bet you won't.
cheerleader. You sitting there in the background trying to be a cheerleader instead of see that's your problem.
Bet you won't.
This show no more.
Anton, you don't have to advise our men. It doesn't
Tell them
matter.
don't listen to this
That
show no more.
doesn't matter.
Because
That
I'm
doesn't
gonna
matter.
speak to the guys, and I'm gonna speak to all of the men that's watching it. Got wives, got girlfriends. That
You're
think
being ridiculous.
I think that they're innocent. Let me tell you, big dog. She'll go.
I bet you won't.
I see that's your you cheerleader. You sitting there in the background trying to be a cheerleader. Yeah. Get her.
It was an accident.
He was just chirping in the.
No, nigga. You don't call me out and expect me to kowtow to your rule or kowtow to what you say. Screw all that. That was entertainment. I'd have told that time, man, no, I wouldn't. I would have said something of, I don't know what I would have said, but I probably would have said the same thing Homeboy said. She will go, no, the hell she won't. That was perfect. That was perfect. And she went out with a bang. Good for her.
Background.
No, there wasn't no accident.
She said bye. She said bye.
Let me tell you what really happened. He started to get uncomfortable because she started exposing herself as no. He was watching the chat and he realized that the chameleon was starting to come out. I'm fucking up the money because she said that she
just say, nigga, shut up. Just say that you're scared. Just say that you're scared. And I don't want to have to bring this up, but you keep this up, your wife gonna end up leaving you. Keep it up. Keep up the shit that you're saying. Keep up the shit that you're doing. It's gonna come a time and a place where people are gonna get tired of your nonsense. Okay, you need to cut this shit out. You need to take a break. I mean, you're doing this for content, whatever. But one of these times, bank it, she gonna get tired of your shit, and she gonna skedaddle. You need to cut this shit out, man. Be with the person that you're with. Be responsible, and she will be responsible right with you. And that marriage comes with pain. Marriage comes with pain. Marriage comes with happiness. Marriage comes with smiles and all types of gifts and prizes. Marriage comes with just counseling and striving and struggling. It comes with everything. But you don't want the bad side. That's just too bad. That is just too fucking bad. For the simple fact that her man, the one that just left, her man was taken up for her. Beautiful. Beautiful. We could end on that note. We're gonna end up that note. Well, I gotta do some editing. I haven't edited in a while. But we can end on that note. And I know it's late. And I'm gonna fix me a turkey sandwich. Because I'm hungry. Did a motherfucker. But sorry about for earlier. Had a emergency situation. But everything's straight. Everything's going copacetic. I got nothing else to say, but other than protect yourselves. Protect yourselves, love yourself, be who you are. Black power.